Music starts and fades into background.
Whoa, okay, that hits hard. Who said that?
So, those were the final words of the actor David Cassidy. Can you even imagine? You get to the very, very end of your life, and that is your last thought? The realization that you just blew it with the one thing you can never get back, your time. It's just tragic.
It really makes you wonder then, what is the biggest financial risk you can possibly take? Come on, that's easy. Losing all your money. You know, putting everything on a bad stock pick or some crypto coin and watching it go to zero. Game over.
See, that's what we all think. That's the conventional wisdom. But the source material we're digging into today argues that the real risk, the biggest risk, isn't losing your money. It's the absolutely crushing regret you'll feel decades from now for the life you were too afraid to live. It's ending up just like David Cassidy, haunted by the what-ifs.
Right. And that story, as gut-wrenching as it is, it's not just a one-off. It actually shines a huge spotlight on this fundamental battle that we all fight every single day. The battle between living for now and saving for later.
It's actually kind of wild. But if you look at nature, it has already worked this out in the most extreme ways. On one end, you have the peacock fish. Its environment is so dangerous and unpredictable, it has to live fast, reproduce in just 7 weeks, and that's it. It is the ultimate short-term thinker. But on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you've got the Greenland shark. It lives in a super stable, predictable environment, and it can live for up to 500 years. It's the ultimate long-term investor. Each one is just a biological response to risk.
Okay, I am 1000% the peacock fish. YOLO, right? You only live once. That's my motto, totally. And on the other side, you have the human equivalent of the Greenland shark, the FIRE movement. Financial independence, retire early. They are saving like crazy for freedom down the road. So you see the dilemma? The YOLO crowd risks future regret for happiness today, while the FIRE crowd risks present-day regret for security tomorrow.
So how in the world do you solve for that? Well, it turns out this isn't just some philosophical dorm room debate. One of the most successful people on the planet actually built a mental model for this exact problem.
This is so fascinating. When Jeff Bezos was trying to decide whether to leave his cushy Wall Street job to start Amazon, he didn't run a spreadsheet on how to maximize his income. Instead, he asked himself, when I'm 80, what will I regret not doing? And he knew deep down that he would regret not even trying to be a part of the internet revolution, even if Amazon completely failed. He was literally optimizing his life to avoid regret, not to guarantee a profit.
And this whole question is way more critical for us now than ever before. I mean, think about it. A century ago, you might have worked until you were 60 and then lived maybe to 62. But today, a 22-year-old is looking at maybe retiring at 65 and then having to fund a retirement that could last for 30 years or more. The stakes for getting that balance right between now and later are just insanely high.
Okay, wait a minute though. Our feelings about what we regret totally change over time, don't they? I mean, what I might regret today, like spending too much on lunch, is completely different from what my 80-year-old self is going to regret.
You've hit on the trickiest part. You're absolutely right. Our perspective does a complete 180. At age 30, when you've got a young family, your biggest regret might be not saving enough for a down payment or for college. But fast forward to age 60, and you might look back and regret saving too much and not spending that money on incredible experiences and memories with those same kids. It's a moving target.
So that's the whole point. We have to figure out how to get this out of the realm of theory and into practice. How do we manage this constantly shifting target of regret on our own personal life's balance sheet?
Exactly. Okay, don't just leave me hanging with the theory. This is all great, but what's the actual takeaway? What do I do tomorrow morning when I'm trying to decide between socking away another $100 or, taking my family out for a really special day?
All right, let's make it super practical. The source material boils this all down to a really clear two-part strategy. And it's not about depriving yourself. It's about strategically buying yourself a future with the least possible regret.
It all comes down to two simple but really profound actions. Number one, you buy compounding memories. And number two, you buy future freedom. Let's break down that first one. Buying memories isn't about blowing money on fancy stuff. It's about using your money to buy back your time so you can spend it with the people you love. Think about it. Taking a job that maybe pays a little less but gives you an extra 10 hours a week with your family? That isn't a pay cut, it's a purchase. You're buying time. The source calls this a memory asset, and the coolest part is its value actually goes up over time. It compounds with nostalgia and pays you emotional dividends for the rest of your life.
And that second part completely reframes how we think about saving. Saving is not a sacrifice. It's not about depriving yourself today. It's an active purchase of your own independence tomorrow. Every single dollar you put away buys you a little more choice, a little more flexibility, a little more peace of mind. That freedom is a real, tangible asset you get to feel and enjoy every single day, not just when you turn 65.
So, in the end, it all just comes back to that same simple framework that Bezos used, but you apply it to your own life. Right, so forget about the stock market for a minute. Forget about your savings rate. The real question is, when you are 80 years old, looking back on your life, what will you regret not doing?